Welcome. In front of me is a TCL Plex, and today I'll go over unboxing along with a quick look at this phone. Now this is by no means a new release. This device was released in September of 2019, so I might be a little bit late to the party right here. And furthermore, I guess this explains why the box looks like it's not new. It's because it has already like 5 years. So yeah, let's just get into it. We do have two seals, which look, I would say, original. We have also this little thing in case you want to steal a 5-year-old device. And then we have every TCL mobile device is designed with greatness in mind. That might have been a bit more true before. I don't think it's as much of a case nowadays. Anyway, let's just plop that out. Damn, for a device that is roughly 5 years old, this looks pretty good. Alright, it's not gonna boot up because it's been sitting in a box for 5 years. But luckily it has a Type-C port. Let's plug that in. So the battery already discharged, which is typical for a device that has been laying dormant for so long. Anyway, inside here we get basically everything, as devices used to come with everything you would need to actually use it. Would you imagine that? So in here we got a case. Now that was a bit more of a rarity, I would say. Now this is a hard case plastic shell casing. As you can see, not too bendable. Then we got our Type-C to Type-A charging cable and a charger. Now this is a, let me quickly find this, 24 watt charger. I think that's max. Or not. It could actually be 40. Trying to figure this out. So it's a 15, or it's kind of weirdly written, as it does say 5 volts equal 3 amps / 9 volts. At best, I guess it's 18 watts. I think that's what it is, as it's 9 volts at 2 amps. I think the best case scenario it's 18. But anyway, still better than what Samsung provides with their devices. Let's see if I can boot it up now. Unless this is the power button. Well, okay. It is getting warm, I think. Or my hands are just super cold. So anyway, I'm gonna unplug it for now. I'm gonna charge it later on and see if it actually boots up, but let's talk about the device as though it actually works. So the display right here is a 6.5-inch display with a 1080p resolution, IPS LCD, no high refresh rate. That's basically before the phones used to do that. It boasts an 84.2% screen to body ratio with a pixel density of 395 pixels per inch. By all intents and purposes, the screen resolution and the bezels around here are pretty good. They're very good even at the current time. So yeah, this device was basically trying to push the screen, how the device looks like back in 2019, and it kind of shows still, making the device look pretty good, modern, even 5 years after its release. Also, the camera is on the side, therefore you don't get this kind of annoying middle kind of teardrop right there. So I do prefer this, to be honest, a little bit more. Now, if we flip it over, we have what looks to be a triple camera setup, and the main sensor right here would have been, or is, a 48 megapixel f1.8 aperture, 26mm wide lens, 16 megapixel f2.4 aperture, ultra wide, and 2 megapixel unspecified. And then at the front, the selfie houses a 24 megapixel f2.0 26mm wide lens. With the back sensors, or cameras, you can record videos up to 4K at 30 frames and 1080p up to 60 frames or 120 slow motion, and 960 frames per second at 720p. and the front one allows you just to do 1080p at 30. So moving on into the processor in here and the batteries and all that stuff. The battery right here is on the smaller side considering the size of this device. I think this has like 1,000 more milliamps, I think, or a little bit less than 1,000, and it's a smaller device. That's the Mate 20 Pro. It's also an older device. But yeah, this device has a 3,820 milliamp hour battery, so a bit small for what devices now come with, which is about 5,000 milliamps on average. Like I mentioned before, it supports 18 watts of charging. It comes with 6 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of built-in storage, expandable using micro SD card. Additionally, powered by a Snapdragon 675 processor. Again, that will be very outdated processor at this point, which obviously wouldn't be recommended to pick up this phone now if you want to have a good device. This will feel slow compared to like even more budget devices nowadays. And one more thing, you can see we have a fingerprint sensor mounted at the back. This is where they used to be mounted. Nowadays, most devices obviously have it on power button or under the display. So here you have to do it at the back. That being said, the device still looks pretty nice for its age. Has things like even headphone jack, SIM and SD tray, Type-C charging port, so it did hold up pretty well considering its age. But considering the price of this device, at least originally, it would have been about $300 or euros, depending on which one you want to use, but they're basically close enough to each other. If this device costs anything along these lines still, or even something like $200, I wouldn't recommend it whatsoever. $200 price tag for this device, though okay, gets completely outperformed by other devices that have been released this year that will offer you more for basically the same amount, which one of those crown kind of picks of mine would have been the CMF Phone 1 from Nothing. That's the name of the company. And that device basically just craps all over this one for $200. So it's priced insanely competitively while offering basically a mid to semi-high-end kind of experience in terms of the performance. The build quality suffers a little bit, will look kind of worse than this, but screen to body ratio is still pretty good. The screen tech in there is better, and the processor, obviously the most important one, will be significantly faster, and that's what I would consider matters. And you can also see this device is insanely slippery. This is a flat table. This device is just moving on its own. So yeah. Anyway, with that being said, hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.